Personal question, Peter. Your jeans, on the fly of those jeans, is the zipper or buttons? This is where you've got to learn to trust me. You've got to put your hands on your side. Knees together. Now I'll give you a choice. You put your hands on your side, in the pockets or on the outside. Your call. Inside or outside. You good? All right. Whoa. Where do you buy those shirts with the built-in guts? I want to know, because I'm starting to iron my shirts now with a wok. Don't turn around, just hold still. The more still you remain, the more dignity you get to keep. You ready, Jane? Don't even move a muscle.
These are the voyages of Starship Enterprise. Its 5-year mission to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilization, to boldly go where no man has gone before.
Jane, I've got the $100 bill. I've got the $100 bill back. And if I were you, I'd wash that. To the fly, come on. There's no more down there, it's not a money box. Thanks for coming. Can I ask you a personal question? Your $50 bill was written down correctly because you double-checked it just before you threw it into the fire. Remember that? Now, I will ask you this. How many pieces did I cut the 50 into? 5. You swear that in a court of law? Yeah. And then, who threw it into the fire, Pete? You think about that as you go back. If I could give you back another 50, you would be happy, wouldn't you? Double it. No, not double it. Not a miracle worker. But if you were given back another 50, any 50, you wouldn't have the same serial number, but you would still be happy, yes? But if I could give you back your serial number, with no sticky tape and no burners, back to its original condition, then we have a good illusion. In fact, you should be impressed if I could do that. Yeah? You'll probably freak out. Admittedly, it'd be pretty hard to tell with you, but you would. And I've already done it then. And that restored 50 is on you right now. Did you feel it this time? Oh, you're not going to believe where it's ended up this time. Come over here, Peter. I'll show you where I put it. That's a boy. Windy out there today. Yeah, I bet for a minute there you all thought I was kidding, eh? A bit of safe magic coming, little piggy poo. No, I'm kidding around. Actually, Carl, it's a party condom. Use that with your 4 mates. Okay, you can move to the right. Any closer you need a lubricant. So, the point is this, you thought it could have been on you, but it's not. I have you here for a reason though, because you see, I painted a mental picture earlier that your 50 was cut and burned to a point where you'd swear that it was cut and burned to a point where you'd swear that in a court of law, yes? Okay, so how am I going to give you back your 50? You want to know how? I've already just told you the secret. The secret was to paint the mental picture that it was cut and burnt, yeah? Like, how do you cut something and pretend to, but not really? Well, I'll show you. Look, the thing is, if you have a small one, you've got 2 longer pieces. Now, if you've got 2 long pieces of rope, that means you've got how many ends? 4. But do you count 4 ends there? No, only 3 ends. Ever heard of a 3-ended rope, sir? No, that's why they have 2 ends, right? If you've got 2 ends, you've got to have a middle. Now, as I cut through the applause, what actually happened... I don't need sympathy. I've been deceiving you, actually. Look, I'll get rid of the ends, and then you're left with what you actually started with, which is a loop, right? Now, we could go back to where we were, which is 1 long piece. And now where is my Jewish scissors? Oh, there they are. Here we go. Okay, now check out the rope. Make sure there's no mirrors, trapdoors, press starters. Check it out. Check the rope now. Already got your hair, just wearing it. You got it? Is there anything unusual? I mean, I wouldn't give it to you if it was gimmick. Okay, let's paint a mental picture. Let's pretend to cut the rope, right? In fact, you can do this. Look, here are the ends. Yeah? I'm going to ask you to cut the end off, or cut the end. Cut it right off. Now, did you do it? Ooh, messy. I'm glad you went at my birth. So that's the ends, right? Welcome back. Okay. Middle? Okay, ends, middle. Okay, now, would you cut the rope in two, please? Right in the middle. Come on, yeah? Okay, not quite equal. Just do that. Now we've got two equal pieces, correct? Okay. Now, once you've got the two equal pieces, hang on, you cut too much off. Okay, Peter, when I asked you to cut it in two, would you actually cut it in two equal pieces? All right, one last chance. Now look, think of this. Now for a minute there you thought it was cut, didn't you? Now don't feel bad that I deceived you, that's my job. Because along comes a magician, he breaks the rules. If I'm going to ask you to cut it in two, where would you cut it? Near the middle or the ends? It's confusing, doesn't it? Because if you took one of the ends, now the end is over here, but what if I move the end over here? Where would you cut it? Of course, if I took that end and put it over there, now if the ends where the middle was, and the middle where the ends were. So really, there's only one way to know for sure. Now, magic, ladies and gentlemen, can be done two ways, one with audience response and applause, and the other way is the way we're doing it at the moment. All right, I'll do it very simply for you to show you that it is indeed possible to convince you that it has been cut. Right. What's the method I'd use here? Has that been cut? What? What'd you call me? Oh, it's been cut, yes. So if I can fix this, I can fix your 50. Look, one underneath, one over the top, one over the top, one underneath. Deal? Yeah, that's been restored. Now, in case you're 50, I'll have to use sticky tape. What if? You married? That figures you take instructions very well. And once you've got it tied, then you can actually move it up to there. Or you move back to there, and you can move it again. A lot of people think to do that you've got to have a trick knot, but check it out, it's not a trick knot, it's just two pieces. Now, no, look. In a court of law, was the rope cut? And was the 50 cut? Both, huh? Afraid not. Thank you. Which means, Peter, I'm going to let you take the credit here. I'm going to appear your 50 in my left hand. Not only will I appear it, but it will be restored with the same serial number. All you have to do is pass a shadow over my hand, say the magical words, woodgie, woodgie, woodgie.
Woodgie, woodgie, woodgie.
You actually started to believe this, you didn't you? Children believe that sort of garbage, not adults. Don't feel bad into the woodgie, woodgie. And when you think about it,